Alright, testing audio, testing movement. Great. Alright then. Hello everyone, this is Gundam Ace, aka John Hooper. I'm here with my streaming of Rebellion Secret Game Second Stage. Last time we left off, a bunch of stuff happened. The Shuhei unit group got kind of separated in the morning because Mariko went out to get some food, and Daisuke and Hatsune went off to do their own thing. And then, due to different attacks by Rei and then Kurokawa's group, Shuhei and Kotomi almost got killed a few times, but were saved by Hitomi, who's this time is still loyal to Shuhei, although she is clearly not very fond of either Kotomi or Yuna. And they decide that since Yuna says that since Hitomi's unpredictable, that Shuhei should just act like her master for now. Meanwhile, Yui came across Daisuke attempting to do his his thing to Hatsune. Fortunately, she's managed to interrupt that, and then Kurokawa came in and punched him the hell out. And now Hatsune is on Kurokawa's team, although Daisuke escaped, and Yui is clearly starting to press Kurokawa's patience now, and she's starting to get afraid of him. Also, Mariko met up with Majima and is now teamed up with him. So let's go continue from there. After that, Kurokawa's group used the screwdriver left behind there to fix Yui's PDA. They then started moving after a short break, and then, around then, Daisuke Ito was immersed in the monitors in the underground room.
Oh, 黒川とかいうさっきの筋肉野郎もバカ面下げて映ってんじゃん丸見えだっつんだよ
That muscle bastard Kurokawa's dumb face is on display here. I can see it plain as day. After Kurokawa had shot at him, Daisuke had run as far as he could and gone to the central control center to hide. And when he did, he happened upon this room.
やっぱ俺って何か持ってるよな。こんな場所見つけられるなんて、もう運だけじゃ説明できないっつうかさ。
There's gotta be something special about me, isn't there? For me to find a place like this, I gotta have more luck on my side.
しかし、運営の連中も気前いいよな。ただでさえすげえ場所なのに、武器まで置いといてくれるんだから。
The administrators sure are generous. Not only do they set up a place like this, they even left a weapon for me. Next to Daisuke was a weapon far beyond the power of the screwdriver he had.
これってここを見つけられたやつへのボーナスアイテムだったりして。どんだけ俺らに殺し合いさせたいんだよ。
Is this some kind of bonus item if whoever finds this place? Looks like they really want us to kill each other, eh?
まあでも俺って偉い子だからそのご希望にお答えしちゃうけどね。どうせこのゲームは殺し合いになるんだろうしさ。
Oh well, I'm a good kid, so I'll follow their wishes. Besides, this game is all about killing, ain't it? Daisuke's clear condition was encounter 10 or more players. In other words, as long as he met someone, in other words, as long as he met someone, it didn't matter if he killed them afterwards or not.
さてと、まずはドイツからやろっかな。
Alright then, who should I start with?
周平と司はいかにも自分は利口ですって顔してて、すっげえいけすかねえし。
The way Shuhei and Tsukasa look so pleased themselves if they understand everything really pissed me off.
マリコはキャンキャンうるせえから今すぐにでもぶっ殺してやりてえし。
And Mariko's such an annoying bitch, so I want to kill her right away.
それで言ったらあの赤い髪のバカ女も人のこと散々コケにしてくれたからすっげえムカついてるんだよな。
Well, rats. There's that dumb red-haired chick, too. She really rubbed me the wrong way, the way she just made a fool out of me.
うわー迷うな迷っちゃうな。
Oh, wow. So many choices. Who do I pick?
でもやっぱ最初はあのクソ筋肉野郎かな。あの野郎さっきは手加減なしで殴ってくれやがったからな。
And I guess I should go for that muscle bastard first, huh? After all, he punched me without holding back a bit earlier.
うわーダメだ今すぐぶっ殺さないと気が済まねえかも。
This ain't good. If I don't kill him now, I'm never gonna calm down.
よっしゃそうと決まれば。
Alright, I've decided. Daisuke operated the control panel to find out where Kurokawa's team was headed toward. On the monitors, Kurokawa was marching forward in the woods, mostly ignoring Yui and the others. If he kept up that pace, he'd eventually be on his own, it seemed.
おっとこれはチャンスかな。まあ他の3人は後でゆっくり相手するとして。
Oh well, is this my chance? Well, I can take my time dealing with the other three whenever I want.
まずは黒川狩りと行きますか。
Let's hunt some Kurokawa. Daisuke picked up the weapon that was left in the monitor room. Humming a tune, he took the ladder back up to the surface. As Daisuke left the basement with bloodlust in his heart for Kurokawa. Mariko Ueno, who was searching for cubes in the thicket, called out to Majima, who was a short distance away.
Majima-kun! 見つけたわよ!
Majima, I found one!
ああ、今行く。
Coming.
はい、これ。
Here you go.
ああ、すまない。
Thanks.
これでストックは2枚目か。
So now we have two in stock, huh?
でも、この2枚は今日の分の食事で消えちゃうから、実質ここからがストックになるのかしら。
We'll have to use up these two for today's food. So we really need to work on stocking up from now on, huh?
先は長いわね。
We got a long way to go, huh? But Majima's the one who saved me, so I have to do everything I can for him. When Mariko thought that, Majima spoke up in a rather unenthusiastic voice.
大変だと言うなら、俺は別にメモリーチップが見つからなくても構わないんだがな。
If you think it's going to be trouble, I don't really mind if we don't find any memory chips.
どうして？だって真島君のクリア条件は未使用のメモリーチップを10個以上所持するなのよね。
Huh? Why's that? I mean, isn't your clear condition to get your hands on 10 or more unused memory chips?
まあな。だが俺はこんな不毛なゲームに参加するよりも、このゲームから抜け出す方法を探したい。
Well, true. But rather than play along with this disgusting game, I'd rather find a way to escape.
ダメよそんなの。
No, you can't do that!
真島君は説明会に参加していないから運営の人たちの恐ろしさがわからないのよ。
You weren't at the briefing, so you don't know just how cruel of people these administrators are.
あの死体の山を見てないから。
You never saw that mountain of bodies.
死体の山？
Mountain of bodies?
説明会場にあったの。前回のゲームに参加して命を落とした人の死体が。
It was at the briefing. Bodies of people who lost their lives in the previous game.
それも一つや二つじゃないわ。10人近くもの人が死んでたのよ。
It wasn't just one or two of them. There were around 10.
このゲームを運営している連中はね、人の命なんて何とも思っていないの。
The people who are running this game don't value human life.
その彼らの意向に逆らうようなことをしたら、きっと真島君の命だって。
If you try to defy them, I'm sure you'll be killed too. When she said that, Mariko came back to her senses. When she looked, Majin was staring at her with surprise. Why do I have to always talk like I'm... Sorry, why do I always have to talk like I'm pushing my opinions on other people all the time? Since that was what caused her relationship with Daisuke to go bad, she was frustrated herself in having made no progress on that front.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
私、偉そうなこと言える立場じゃなかったのに。
I didn't mean to talk all high and mighty. Would she be abandoned again? Just seeing Majima's gaze on her made her short of breath, and so she unconsciously looked down on the ground. Majima then spoke up.
偉そうなんてことはない。
You're not talking high and mighty.
マリコは俺を心配してくれたんだろう。
You're worried about me, aren't you? Huh?
確かにマリコの言うと俺にはまだこのゲームという現実が見えていないのかもしれない。
Like you say, maybe I haven't accepted the reality of this game yet.
全面的にマリコの言うことに従う。
So on the whole, I'll listen to what you say. Sorry, 1 second. Alright, back. Though her first impression of him had been of a moody guy, Majima's attitude was completely different from that. Was considerably different from that. When he gave her that kind smile, Mariko's cheeks unconsciously heated up.
どうした？少し顔が赤いようだ。
What's wrong?
大丈夫だ。
Your face is a bit red. Are you alright?
その、なんでもないのよ、これは。
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing.
それより、捜索を続けましょう。最低でもあと10個はメモリーチップを見つけなきゃ。
Anyway, why don't we continue the search? We need to find at least 10 more memory chips after all.
ああ、そうだ。
Yeah, you're right.
この辺はだいぶ調べたはずだから、今度は向こうの森へ行ってみよう。
We've searched this area for the most part, so let's go try that forest over there next. Majima said that and quickly started walking off. Mariko followed Majima's large back, aware she was more shaken up than necessary. Before long, they entered the forest and the scenery changed. Majima let out a grunt and suddenly stopped. Wondering if he'd perhaps found the cube, Mariko looked next to him and found the corpse that had been reduced to nothing but bones lying in the forest.
マリコ、大丈夫か？
Are you alright, Mariko? Yeah. She was indeed surprised, but perhaps because she'd seen that mound of corpses back at the briefing, it wasn't enough to scare her to look away.
でもどうしてこんなところに死体が？
But what's a corpse doing here?
前回か、あるいはその前にゲームに参加していたプレイヤーなんじゃないのか。
Perhaps it's a player who participated in the last game, or perhaps one before that.
これ見よがしに放置してあるのは、俺のように説明会に参加しなかったプレイヤーへの警告のためだろう。
They probably left it here as an example to players who didn't go to the... As an example and a warning to players like me who didn't go to the briefing. Knowing how sick the administrators were, it was a plausible conclusion.
マリコ、ここでちょっと待っていてくれ。
Mariko, could you wait here a bit?
どうするの？
Huh? What are you gonna do?
あの死体はリュックサックを背負っているだろう。何か使えるものがないか調べてみる。
See that backpack on the corpse? The thing I'm gonna check to see if there's anything useful in it.
でもあの場所ってエリア外なんじゃ。
That place is outside the area. Once you check the current position on the PDA, Mariko and Majima went to the edge of the field.
大丈夫。
Gone.
首輪の警報にさえ注意していれば、誤ってエリアの外に出ることはない。
It's alright. As long as the caller's alarm warns me, I won't mistakenly go outside the area. Majima walked over to the corpse, gave a short prayer to it, and then removed the backpack and came back. He checked inside and found rusted aluminum cans, a broken PDA, and an old notebook. He looked at those and quickly lost interest.
使えるものはなさそうだな。
So this is it, huh? Doesn't look all that useful.
待て真島君、念のためこのメモ帳の中を確認してみましょう。
Wait, Majima. Just to be safe, we should check the inside of this notebook.
しかし、ボロボロで読めるかどうかわからないぞ。
But it's so bad, I don't know if we'll be able to read it.
それでも確認するべきよ。
Even so, we should still check it. Mariko took the notebook from Majima and flipped the cover open. Perhaps it had been left alone for a long time. It was mold was growing over it, and most of the letters were blotted out by water. Even so, Mariko diligently flipped through the pages.
何か書いてあるわ。
Oh, there's something written here.
かすれてて読みづらいな。なんて書いてあるんだ。
It's faded, so I can barely read it. What's it say?
によりステージがランクアップ。セカンドステージへ突入。更新され。
Due to a stage has been upgraded. Second stage will commence. Updated.
ステージがランクアップ。
The stage is upgraded?
これだけじゃちょっとわからないわね。今回とルールが違う可能性だってあるし。
I can't really tell without can't really tell what it means from this much. There's a possibility that the rules were different from this time as well. Yeah, Majima actually found this book in the first read as well, back before the second stage began. Curious, she looked through it some more. Didn't find an answer to that. Instead, she found another interesting sentence on a different page.
これ何のことについて書いているのかしら。
I wonder what this could be about. The title read, Escape route outside the area. But the stuff after that, she didn't understand.
ねえ真島君、これについて。
Hey Majima, about this... Before Mariko could say any further, they heard a sound of something parting through the bushes behind them.
マリコ、下がれ！
Mariko, fall back! Majima pushed Mariko away as a gunshot rang out. To check the situation, Mariko stood up and looked around. A lone young man holding a gun was standing there.
Yo, Majima.
Hey, Majima. Who are you? Majima growled the name. Apparently they knew each other. But it didn't look like they were friends. The young man had a twisted smile on him. What's that? Could it be a present for me? I think I'd find you right when I was pissed off. What? I couldn't wait to see you, Majima. Now it's the end for you. Huh? Mario got a bad feeling with the man's words, but a second later, a dry sound cracked. Majima had gone to defend Mariko and quickly fell to the ground on one knee. Upon closer inspection, his right thigh was stained with blood. No! Majima!
パンチが当たらない真島さんも拳銃の弾は当たっちまうみてえだな、おい。
I couldn't lay a punch on you, but seems even you don't stand a chance against a gun, eh?
しかしまああれだな。気分爽快ってスカッとするな、この状況は。
Man, I feel on top of the fucking world right now.
真島よ。
Sorry, 1 second. Hey, Majima. How much have you trained up to this point, huh?
何が言いたい?
What are you getting at?
今までボクシングを何年練習してきたんだ? 3年か 5年 ?10 年くらいか?
How long have you been training in boxing? 3 years? 5 years? Maybe 10?
てめえのやってきた努力が一瞬にしてぶち抜かれたんだぜ。
この単なる鉄の塊によ。
This tiny little lump of metal here blew away all those efforts of you in just in a single second. Hey, come on, tell me. What's it feel like?
快感だぜ。
As for me, I feel fucking great.
なんつう脳みそ取り出してキンキンに冷やしたビールの中にでもぶっ込んだような気分だ。
One second. Alright, how do I put it? It's like I took out my own brain and poured a nice cold beer all over it.
貴様。
You bastard!
おお、立つのかよ、真島。そんな足で立てるもんなのか。すげえな、おい。
Oh wow. You can actually stand on that leg of yours, Majima? Amazing.
真島君ダメよ、無理して動いちゃう。
No, Majima, don't! Don't push yourself! Don't worry about me. Mariko tried to stop him, but Majima pushed her hand aside, and sweat rose to his forehead as he got to his feet.
勝負だ。
It's on, Kurokawa.
勝負だ。日本語の使い方を間違ってんだろ。
It's on? You're using that word the wrong way.
負けてんだよ。てめえはすでにこの鉄の塊にな。というわけだから。
You already lost due to this lump of metal. So with that said,
おとなしく足からしょんべん垂れて寝とれやボケが。
so with that said, just shut up, piss your pants, and take a dirt nap already, dumbass. Majima groaned in agony and fell to the ground when Kurokawa kicked him right in his wounds.
真島君
Kurokawa spoke up as Mariko shouted out.
命乞いでもしてみるからな。俺が聞くとは限らねえけどよ。
You gonna beg for your life? Not that I'm gonna guarantee you'll live. No, not that I'll guarantee I'll listen. Kurokawa pointed the muzzle at Majima as he flashed a triumphant smile.
待ちなさいよ。
Stop right there! Mariko stood in front of Kurokawa and aimed a PDA at him. There was only one thing she could do right now. This was the only weapon she had.
なあ、おめえ何割り込んできてんだこら。
Hell? What the fuck you doing getting between us?
銃を捨てなさい。
Drop your weapon!
ああ、
The fuck?
私の PDA の特殊機能は半径20メートル以内にいるプレイヤーの首を指定して爆発させるなのよ。
My player's special function is to detonate a designated caliber player within 20 meters.
今すぐ銃を捨てないと。あなたの首を爆破するわよ。
If you don't drop your gun right now, I'll detonate your collar!
ああ、何いきなりはったりこいでやがった。先に鉛玉ぶち込まれてえのかよこの甘。
Huh? What kind of fucking bluff is that? You want me to blow your brains out first, you bitch?
やってみなさいよ。
I dare you to try!
あ
The fuck?
撃ちたければ撃てばいいじゃない。でもその時はあなただって道連れよ。
If you want to shoot, then go ahead! But when you do, I'll be taking you with me! The reason she said 20 meters instead of 2 was so in order to give them enough time to run away. Give enough time to run away. But despite that, she stood 2 meters within Kurokawa.
あ、マジモンかよ。
Those eyes. You fucking serious?
いいから早くしなさいよ。
Just drop it already!
わかったよ。くそ、面白くねえ。
Fine. What a fucking buzzkill.
で、捨てたぜ。
Alright. I dropped it. Now what?
私たちがここを離れるまでそこを動かないで。
Stay right where you are until we get away.
はいはい。
Yeah.
おい、真面目。今回は命拾いしたな。
Hey, Majima. You live this time.
てか、女に助けられるとは情けねえ野郎だな。
And ain't it pathetic? He had to get saved by a girl. Shut up!
だったらさっさと行けよら。
Get fucking going already.
言われなくたって。
You don't have to tell me twice.
真島君、私の肩に捕まって。
Alright, Majima. Hold on, grab onto my shoulder. Sorry about this.
いいの。真島君は私の命の恩人なんだから。
No, don't be sorry. You saved my life after all. Fuck this shit. Mariko left Kurokawa behind and held on Majima as she quickly walked through the woods.
真島君、大丈夫？
Are you alright, Majima? Yeah. Majima's voice had little strength. Mariko looked at him closely and saw that his right leg was already completely covered in blood.
ひどい傷。
That wound is bad.
早く何とかしないと。
I gotta do something about it quickly. The moment she shouted that, she heard another gunshot behind them. A hole had been bored. The gunshot bored a hole in the tree next to Mariko. It seemed the man from before had given chase once he confirmed he was outside Mariko's PDA range. Mariko's real PDA range was only 2 meters. If they got shot here, she'd have no way of fighting back.
逃げよう、真島君。
Let's run, Majima! Yeah. Helping Majima on the shoulder as he spoke in agony. Mariko ran through the gaps between the trees. shortly before the gunshots rang in the nearby forest. Yui Ogihara left Mitsuru and Hasune, who she'd been searching for memory chips with, and ran for the direction of the sound. It had already been a while since Kurokawa had vanished from there. Already been considerable while since Kurokawa had vanished from their party while they were searching for memory chips.
私バカだ。もっと黒川さんに気を配っていればよかったのに。
I'm such an idiot. I should have been more considerate of Kurokawa. The moment she said that, several excuses flooded into Yui's head. Because that pervert known as Daisuke dropped the screwdriver in the hut. Mitsuru, after he had dropped the screwdriver in the hut, Mitsuru, being good with machines, was able to easily fix Yui's broken PDA with it. And because Yui's PDA special function had been too convenient, but the one who had been in fault there was none other than Yui herself for getting too into searching for memory chips.
黒川さんから目を離しちゃダメだって。私分かってたはずなのに。
Even though I knew, no, sorry, I should have never taken my eyes off of Kurokawa, even though I understood. What was that gunshot? Had Kurokawa fired or had he been shot? Concern threatened to crush Yui's heart when she thought that.
黒川さん、私どっちにしても嫌ですからね。
I don't like it either way, Kurokawa. She was driven on by some emotion she didn't understand herself. And she unconsciously shed tears. Yui leapt out of a large thicket. Kurokawa was standing there. He held his... Sorry, 1 second. Alright, back. He's pointing his gun toward the woods, with a sour look on his face.
Huh?
Well?
だよ、てめえかよ。
Oh, it's just you.
黒川さん。
Kurokawa didn't appear to be hurt. But Yui was taken aback when she spotted something in that place. In a plot of rotten leaves, a bit away from where Kurokawa was standing, was a pool of blood. And upon closer inspection, Yui realized that it formed a trail that went deeper into the woods.
黒川さん。もしかして誰か撃っちゃったんですか？
Did you shoot someone? Just then, there was a sound from the bushes behind them. Mitsuru and Hatsune came over.
ああ、よかった。ようやく追いついたよ。
Oh, thank goodness. I finally caught up to you.
黒川も一緒にいるのです。
Oh, Kurokawa's with you too.
おい小娘、てめえ何親しげに俺のこと呼び捨てにしてやがるんだ。
Hey, Shrimp. Where the fuck do you think you get off going talking to me like we're buddies?
ごめんなさいなのです。黒川さん。
I'm so sorry, Kurokawa. Kurokawa glared at the frightened Hatsune even more. At that moment, Yui spoke up, ignoring everything that happened just then.
私の質問にちゃんと答えてくださいよ、黒川さん。
Please answer my question, Kurokawa!
だってめえいきなりでかい声出しやがってよ。
What the fuck are you shouting for?
だって黒川さんが私の話を聞いてくれないから。
Because you're not listening to me.
何？やっぱりさっきの銃声、何かあったの？
So it really did have something to do with that gunshot we heard earlier?
二人とも見てくださいよ。あそこに血が。
Look at this, you two. There's blood over there.
血？
Blood? Hatsune gasped with a pale face. Mitsuru also quickly noticed the pool of blood and sent Kurokawa a questioning glance.
ここで何があったの？
Kurokawa, what happened here?
マジマだよ。
It was Majima.
あのクソをたまたまここで見つけたんだ。
I came across him here by chance.
そうか。それで。
I see, and then... Yui didn't know who this Majima was. But it was clear that Kurokawa had tried to kill him.
黒川さん、どうして？
Kurokawa, why?
どうしてだ？俺がここで何をしようとてめえに何か関係あんのかよ。
Why? Why the fuck's that any of your business? Just then, Hatsune's PDA sent an alarm.
この音って。
Huh? The sound means
誰かこっちに来たのです。
someone's coming this way! It was at that moment that Yui remembered that Hatsune's PDA's special function let out an alarm when another PDA got within 20 meters. Immediately after, they heard an unfamiliar sound.
てめえら伏せろ！
Get down, you bastards!
危ない、初音ちゃん。
Hatsune, look out! Right when Yui and the others got down, sorry, almost the exact same second Yui and the others got down, a nearby tree, the bark of a nearby tree was blasted off with a large loud roar. It seems someone had shot it. The moment Yui thought that, Mitsuru let out a gasp. Mitsuru had thrown himself on top of Hatsune to protect her. Sorry, 1 second. Alright, several gunshot wounds were bored into his body and he was bleeding.
みつるさん。
このタコは頭上げてんじゃねえ。
You dumbass! Lower your head! Kurokawa pushed Yui's head to the ground with his large hand. There was no roar at that moment. That cut through a bush right above her head. The strength. Fucking hell, it's a shotgun!
うるせえぞ小娘。あなたが散弾なんざ2、3発食らったところで死にゃしねえっつうんだよ。
Shut up, Shrimp! You ain't gonna die from 2 or 3 pellets from a gun like that.
景気よくバカすか撃ってきやがってこの野郎は。
How do you think you are, coming guns blazing, you son of a bitch? Without giving Yui any time to stop him, Kurokawa gripped his pistol and charged towards the shooter on the other side of the woods. There was no roar immediately after. It was immediately followed by a furious roar from Kurokawa himself. The shooter let out a panic gasp. And right after, they heard the sounds of the shooter fleeing. Before long, those sounds faded, and the forest felt quiet again.
Kurokawa-san! Daijoubu nan desu ka? Kurokawa-san!
Are you alright, Kurokawa? Worried by the unnatural quiet in the woods, Yui screamed.
うっせえぞこのタコ。
Shut up, dumbass! Kurokawa made his back way through the bushes. Then Yui saw it. There was a gun wound in his body.
ああ？てめえ何大げさな面してやがんだ。
Huh? The fuck's with that overreaction?
こんなもんはかすり傷だっつうんだ。
It's just a fucking scratch.
何言ってるんですか？だって血が出てるじゃないですか。
What are you talking about? You're bleeding!
だからうっせえっつうんだ。
I told you to shut up. No, this is why I told you to shut up. Kurokawa pushed Yui aside and then walked over to Mitsuru, who suffered similar gunshot wounds.
おいミツル、いつまでうなってやがるつもりだ。さっさと立ち上がれこの野郎。
Hey Mitsuru, how long are you gonna groan and bitch like that? Get up on your feet already, you dumbass.
待ってくださいなのです。みつるは初音をかばって怪我をしたのですよ。
Please wait! Mitsuru got hurt protecting me!
ああ？だからなんだっつうんだよ。
So fucking what?
つうかてめえ、分かってねえようだから言っとくがな。ミツルは俺の奴隷なんだよ。
And it sounds like you don't get it, so let me just spell it out for you. Mitsuru is my slave.
なのにミツルはてめえをかばって今はこのざまだ。つまりてめえは間接的に俺の邪魔をしてんだよ。
Yeah, Mitsuru ended up like this because he protected you. In other words, you indirectly got in my way.
しかもちょいちょい俺にクソ生意気な口聞きやがるし。
He mouthed off to me too.
おい、 消えてくんねえか。
Hey, could you get out? Could you move away already?
だったら初音はどこに行けばいいのですか？
But then where should I go?
そんなこと俺が知るかっつうんだよ。
I don't give a rat's ass. Hasane went speechless at Kurokawa's harsh words.
どうして初音ちゃんにそんなひどいこと言うんですか？
Why would you say such terrible things to Hatsune?
おいおい、てめえまでなんだよ。
For fucking Christ, you two? What the hell's up? What the hell's wrong with you people?
言っとくけどな、俺は今最悪に気が立ってんだよ。
Just so you know, I really don't have time for this right now.
なのにごちゃごちゃごちゃごちゃと。
You all just keep bitching on and on and on and on.
てめえらは俺の奴隷だっつってんだろうが、一発の口聞いてんじゃねえぞこら。
Alright, sorry. You're all my slaves, ain't ya? Get it through your fucking heads already, dumbasses. Yui shivered at Kurokawa's angry roar. Just then, Mitsuru stood up, his face twisted in pain as he pressed against his wound.
待ってよ黒川君。僕ならもう大丈夫だから。
Wait, Kurokawa. I'm okay now.
みつるさん、
さすがだぜミツル。てめえよくわかってんじゃねえかおい。
That's my slave for you. You get how it works, right?
時間が経つにつれ武器を手にするプレイヤーも増えるはずだからクリアを急がなきゃ。
Yeah. The more time passes, the more players get their hands on weapons. We need to hurry and fulfill our conditions.
おう、その通りだ。
Damn straight.
クロスボウ女にあの化け物メイド。さっきショットガン撃ってきたどっかのバカ。
First there was that crossbow chick, and then that monster from Maid. Now that bastard who fired that dumbass who fired the shotgun.
ついでに真島のクソったらと真島の連れの女。
And then there's Majima and the chick with him.
俺らが生き残るためにはこっちがやられる前にそいつらを全員ぶっ殺さなきゃならねえ。
In order for us to survive, we gotta kill them before they kill us.
でも人を殺したらクリア条件が変わるってあの藤田って人が。
Yeah, but that Fujita guy said that our clear conditions will change if we kill someone.
そんなこと言ってる間にやられちまったらどうすんだよ。やられちまったら後悔もできねえっつうんだよ。
What are we gonna do if we get killed during that, eh? There won't be time for regrets when you're dead. This isn't Kurokawa. That thought ran through Yui's head. But Yui understood by now. That Kurokawa was not the person she had imagined up until now. He was a dangerous person with an extremely short fuse, and could shoot people without any qualms. That was the true face of Masaki Kurokawa. Meanwhile, in another forest, Shuhei Fuchi and his companions quietly walk through the woods. He played the part of Hitomi's master as they went about searching for Mariko, and the others. 5 hours had already passed since they started. The whole time he stood next to Hitomi and put some distance between himself and Kotomi and Yuna. He couldn't turn around without a valid reason. So in order to tell if she was still following, Kotomi was still following, he had to strain his ears all he could do. Just then, Hitomi, who hadn't spoken for a while, spoke to him in a quiet voice. Master Shuhei.
どうした人
What is it, Hitomi?
僭越ではございますが、私から周平様に一つご提案申し上げたいことがあるのですが。
It may be audacious of me, but I wish to make a proposal to you.
なんだ
What is it?
単刀直入に申し上げます。ここから先は我々は二人きりで行動いたしませんか？
I shall get straight to the point. What would you say for just the two of us going off on our own from this point onward? Shuhei's heart leapt a bit at that abrupt proposal. But he wore a calm mask and confirmed the true intentions for that proposal.
なぜだ
Why?
あのユーナという女はどうも信用なりませんし、それにもう一人の女ははっきり申し上げて足手まといだからでございます。
I cannot bring myself to trust that Yuna girl. And to be blunt, that other girl is nothing but a deadweight.
そうかしかし悪いがそれには同意できないな
I see. Sorry, but I can't agree with that.
なぜでございましょう。
Why is that? Tomi's eyes. Sorry. Suspicion flashed in Hitomi's eyes. Shuhei came up with a lie on the spot in order to answer in order to settle her doubts.
それは俺のクリア条件が4に素数を足しその和となるナンバーを持つプレイヤー全員のクリア条件を満たすだからだ
In second. Alright, sorry. That's because my clear condition is, add 4 to the prime numbers. All players with prime numbers, plus 4 of, prime numbers fulfill their clear conditions.
素数。1とそれ以外では割れない数のことですね。
Prime numbers mean those that can only be reached by multiplying one themselves, correct?
ああつまり2、3、5、7、 11と続く数字のことだ。
Yeah, in other words, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11.
そしてそこに4を足すと、その和は6、7、9、11、15。
And by adding 4 to those, you get 6, 7, 9, 11, and 15.
つまり周平様のクリア対象は679ジャックのナンバーを持つプレイヤーだということですね。
So in other words, that means the targets for your clear condition are 6, 7, 9, and Jack, right?
そうだ。
That's right.
足す数字が4に設定されているのは、多分俺のプレイヤーナンバーが4だからだろう。
The reason they set the number, the addition number is 4 is probably because my player number is 4.
なるほど。ではそのナンバーを持ったプレイヤーというのが
I see. Then the players who have those numbers
ああ、
are...
コトミのプレイヤーナンバーは6。そしてユーナのプレイヤーナンバーは11なんだ。
Yeah. Chloe's player number is 6, while Yuna's player number is 11.
彼女たちのクリア条件を満たさない限り、俺のクリア達成はありえない。
I can't fulfill my clear conditions unless they fulfill theirs.
そうでしたか。そうとも知らず私はなんと差し出がましいことを。
So that's it. I cannot believe I made such a reckless proposal without knowing that.
いや、俺のことを心配してくれたんだろう。その点は感謝しているよ。
No, you mean you were just worried about me, right? I'm grateful for that.
いいえ、私はメイドとして当然のことをしているまでです。
No, it was only a natural thing for me to do as a maid. He told me gracefully bowed her head with those words. But in those actions was not obedience, but something more sinister.
ところで瞳、まだ確認していなかったが、お前のプレイヤーナンバーとクリア条件はどうなっているんだ？
By the way, he told me, I haven't checked yet. But what's your player number and clear condition?
これは失念しておりました。
I completely forgot.
私のプレイヤーナンバーは2。そしてクリア条件は12時間以上同じエリアにとどまらないとなっております。
My player number is 2, and my clear condition is do not stay in the same area for more than 12 hours.
そうか。
I see. Shuhei's true clear condition was for all prime number players to fulfill their own conditions. So since Hitomi was a prime number player, that meant clear condition wise, he had to make her stay with them,
本当は
it seemed.
私のプレイヤーナンバーが周平様のクリア対象になっていればよかったのですが。
Truth be told, I would have loved it if my player number was involved in your clear condition.
そうだな。だが、こればっかりは仕方がないさ。
Yeah. But there's nothing we can do about it.
はい、本当に残念でなりません。
Yes, it truly is a shame. Hitomi's greatest mission was to be useful to her master. But why was Hitomi so bound to a maid who appears nothing more than a character in the manga? Shuhei at least knew that, they wouldn't have so much issue dealing with Hitomi. So Shuhei decided he should ask her a question in order to unravel her twisted mentality.
周平様、危ない！
Master Shuhei, watch out! Hitomi shouted that and then stood in front of Shuhei to protect him. At almost the exact same time, there was the sound of something sharp cutting through the air. An arrow pierced Hitomi's back.
瞳
苦しきな傷、どうということはありません。
A wound like this is nothing.
それより周平様は、早くお逃げください。
More importantly, please flee, Master Shuhei.
瞳お前
Hitomi, you... She told him to flee, but he was so surprised, but he was so taken aback that he didn't move. Why would you go so far to try to protect me? He didn't understand why Hitomi would risk herself to protect a total stranger like himself. At that moment, Hitomi knew his voice was behind him.
しゅうちゃん、ひとみさん。また例の矢を撃つプレイヤー。
That archer player again?
ああ向こうの方から矢が
Yeah, they're firing arrows at us. The moment Shuhei said that, Yuna aimed her gun into the woods. But the second arrow never came from the shooter. Instead, they could hear footsteps fading away farther into the woods. That'll happen in just a few seconds. After he confirmed that the attack had stopped, Shuhei returned his glance to Hitomi.
瞳大丈夫か
Are you alright, Hitomi? When he asked, Hitomi gave him a smile.
お気遣いのお言葉、ありがとうございます。
I truly am thankful for your concern.
ですが、主をかばって傷を負うのは従者の誉れ。周平様は私の理想の主なのですから。
But it's my honor as your servant to take a wound for you. Because you are my ideal master.
俺のどこが理想の主だって言うんだ
How am I your ideal master?
ご謙遜はおやめください。周平様は悪の組織と渡り合うに足る頭脳と行動力を持ったお方のはずです。
One second. Alright, back. Please stop being so humble. You are a person who has the brains and decisive power to take on evil organizations. What?
周平様、この世は悪に満ちています。その悪を倒すには周平様のようなご主人様が必要なのです。
Master Shuhei, this world is full of evil. In order to defeat that evil, I need a master like yourself.
そしてメイドの私はそんなご主人様の手足となり、ご主人様をお守りする、それが務めなのでございます。
And as your maid, I will be at your service. Protect you from anything. That is my duty. Shuhei would have likely risked his life in the exact same way if Kotomi had been the one fired at. And he would definitely kill someone if it were to protect Kotomi. Though he knew Kotomi wouldn't want that. If there were no other way to save Kotomi, then without question he would. Shuhei couldn't really understand what Hitomi was saying. He had no clue what she was talking about with fighting evil organizations and all that. However, her near fanatical devotion to her so-called master felt similar to the sort of devotion Shuhei felt for Kotomi.
ですからどうぞお気遣いなく。この傷もすぐに癒えますので。
Interesting thoughts about Hitomi. Guess we'll have to see more, but I'll just leave it at that for now. I think there'll be more to say later. So please, do not worry. This wound will heal soon, after all. Hitomi's name escaped Shuhei's lips. But he said nothing more than that. And merely looked at his face reflected in her eyes. And right when Shuhei's group began treating Hitomi's wound, Tsukasa Mitsubayashi, who had set up a base in the mountain hut in the northeastern part of the field, sorry, one sec. Right, Tsukasa Mitsubayashi had shared his food with a bizarre girl who had fallen into one of his traps.
君よく食べるね。僕は一日一つずつって考えてたんだけど。
You sure can eat a lot, can't you? I intended for you for the only one a day, but...
こんなことでいたという時力が出まへんよ。
You're hungry. You keep food whenever you can get it, else you won't get any strength.
そんなことではいざという時に力が出ませんよ。で、合ってるかな？
Let me get this straight. You said... If you act like that, then you won't be able to find strength when you need it. Is that correct?
はい、水。
Here's some water. With exasperation, Tsukasa held out a plastic bottle. Which the girl hastily drank down in order to get the biscuit and fish out of her throat. Thank you.
はいはい、お粗末様でした。
Yes, yes, you're quite welcome.
それじゃあ君にいろいろ聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
Now then, there are all sorts of questions I have for you.
私の名前は牧岡レイです。レイと呼んでください。
My name is Rei Makioka. Please call me Rei.
そう、僕は三林司。 レイも僕のことは司でいいよ。
I see. I'm Tsukasa Mitsubayashi. You can call me Tsukasa yourself.
ところで君、武器はそれだけ？
Incidentally, is that your only weapon? Yes, that would be quite an amusing way for the second stage to begin. When Tsukasa asked that, Rei hid the sword she was holding.
あげませんよ。刀は剣士の魂ですから。
You cannot have it. A sword is a warrior's... I'm sorry. A sword is a swordsman's soul.
いや、そういうことを言ってるんじゃなくて、
No, that's not what I meant.
銃器も登場するこのゲームで刃物しか持っていないのに随分態度が太いなと思ってね。
I was just thinking they sure have a bold attitude, despite the fact you only have a blade in a game where they have where guns are available as well.
日本刀に勝る武器はありません。
There is no weapon greater than a katana.
今朝方、何やら中国の刀も発見しましたが、生蔵だったので川に捨てました。
This morning I found some sort of Chinese blade, but wasn't as good, so I threw it into the river.
川に捨てたね。どうせだったらちゃんと廃棄した方が良かったと思うけど。
Threw it in the river, huh? Sorry about that. Did the stream black out for a little bit? I think it might have. I couldn't tell, but it seems like it might have. If it didn't, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure it didn't. Okay, yeah, never mind then. So you threw it in the river, huh? If that were the case, I think it would have been better if you had just left it alone. It seemed this girl was a rather shallow player when it came to thinking. She seemed confident when it came to dealing with a sword. But even so, Tsukasa didn't feel threatened by her. Right when he thought that, Rei spoke up.
私以上に刀を扱える者はいないでしょうから、心配はありません。それより司。
You have no need to worry. There is no one who can use a sword better than I can. More importantly, Tsukasa.
何？
What is it? The moment Tsukasa said that, Rei pointed her blade at Tsukasa's neck.
これは何の真似？
Do you mind telling me whatever you are doing?
落とし穴から解放してあげたし、ちゃんと食料も分けてあげたよね。
I freed you from that pitfall. I shared my food with you, yes?
罠は司が仕掛けたのですから、助けるのは当然として、食料については感謝しています。
You're the one who set the trap, so it's only natural that you saved me from it. As for the food, I am grateful for that.
だったらどうして？
Then why?
質問があります。あなたはリピーターですか？
I have a question. Are you a repeater?
リピーター？何それ？
A repeater? What's that?
とぼけても無駄ですよ。
Playing dumb won't help you.
罠を張って待ち構えていたことといい、食料や武器をたくさん確保していたことといい、司はあまりにもゲームに慣れすぎている。
First you prepare traps, then you secure a bunch of food and weapons. Either way you spin it, you are too familiar with this game.
それは前回のゲームから生還したことのあるリピーターだからなのではありませんか？
Is that not because you are a repeater who has survived the previous game?
僕は与えられた情報の中から推測できるあらゆる可能性に対し生存方法を模索しているだけだよ。
I'm merely searching for survival strategies based on deductions based on all possibilities I've made from deducing from all the information that's given to me.
誓って言うけど、僕がこのゲームに参加したのはこれが初めてだ。
I swear this is the first time I've ever played this game.
というか例こそそのリピーターって言葉はどこで聞いたの？
So while we're at it, where did you hear this word repeater from?
それは
That's... Ray hesitated a bit, but then spoke up again. And so it was that Tsukasa met Ray, learned about Akira Makioka, her reason for participating in this game. For a long time passed on, and the sun began to set in the west. After treating Hitomi's wound, Shuhei Fujita headed up the mountain path with Kotomi and the others. Their goal is to come in contact with two specific players. When they'd used the mail function on email function on Hitomi's PA just a short while ago, the names Tsukasa Mitsubayashi and Rei Makioka came up. As Rei was the player who had stolen the katana from Shuhei, they couldn't let their guards down. Tsukasa was also not one to be taken lightly. Shuhei thought that as he walked, when Hitomi, who showed no signs at all of being phased from her wound, suddenly reached her arm out in front of Shuhei, stopping him.
お待ちください、周平様。
Please wait, Master Shuhei.
どうした？
What's wrong?
この先に罠を発見いたしました。
I've discovered traps up ahead.
どこだ？
Where?
5メートルほど先です。
5 meters ahead. Shuhei squinted his eyes, and indeed found thin cables stretched out on the ground. Kotomi and Yuna also spoke up when they noticed them.
本当だ。
Oh, you're right!
へえ、こんなのよく気づけたわね。
Wow. I'm surprised you noticed those.
当然です。ご主人様に迫る危険をすべて察知するために、私は様々な訓練を積んだのです。
But of course, I've undergone all sorts of training or detect any harm that may befall my master.
あなた方のような凡百のプレイヤーと比べていただきたくはありません。
I do not wish for you to compare me to ordinary players such as yourselves.
誰が肩の治療してやったと思ってんのよ。
Sheesh. Who do you think treated your wound? She was irritated by Hitomi's way of talking, but Yuna swallowed her irritation and merely let out an exhausted sigh.
それでは周平様、参りましょう。
Now then, let us go, Master Shuhei.
罠があるということは、この先にそれを仕掛けたプレイヤーがいるという証拠ですので。
The fact that there are traps here is proof that there's a player who set them up ahead. Hitomi had stubbornly refused to let down her vigilance around Kotomi and Yuna. To her, it was likely that anyone who wasn't her master Shuhei was an enemy, no matter what. That was the same for Shuhei as well. Shuhei couldn't fully trust anyone who wasn't Kotomi. That went for Hitomi, of course, and not even Yuna was safe from that.
周平様、いかがなさいました？
Is something the matter, Master Shuhei?
いや、なんでもない。瞳、進路にある罠を解除できるか？
No, it's nothing. Hitomi, can you dismantle the traps in our way?
はい、お任せください。
Yes. Please leave it to me.
よし、それじゃあ行こう。
Alright, then let's go. He gave the order to Hitomi, and they walked forward together. He heard Yuna and Kotomi's footsteps from behind him. Those sounds seemed so far away to Shuhei. Before long, they got through the mountain path, and a mountain hut up ahead came into view. A lone boy was standing there, perhaps because he already noticed Shuhei's group approaching.
スカサか。
Skasa, huh?
お久しぶりですね、藤田先輩。それに東堂先輩も。
Long time no see, Fujita. And you too, Todo.
何が久しぶりよ。あんたと別れたのはつい昨日のことじゃない。
What's with this long time no see business? We only saw you... It's been only a day.
まあそうなんですけどね。感覚的に久しぶりという話です。
Well, I suppose you're right. It merely feels like it's been a long time.
ところで藤田先輩、メンバーが若干変わっているようですが、大輔たちはどうしたんですか？
Incidentally, Fujita, your party seems to have changed up a little. What happened to Daisuke and the others?
それは想像に任せるよ。
I'll leave it up to your imagination.
で、そっちは今も一人なのか？
What about you? Are you still alone?
さあ、どうでしょう。
Well now, am I? The two of them looked at each other with probing glances. But Yuna just sighed with exasperation right after.
はいはい。タヌキとキツネのバカし合いはそこまでよ。
Alright, alright. Enough with the predator glaring already.
それより、そこに隠れてるあんた、出てきなさいよ。
More importantly, you hiding there over there. Come on out. Yuna shouted toward the forest.
なかなかいい顔をしてますね。
You're pretty good. The girl with jet black hair grumpily came out from behind the tree. She seemed to be with Skasa. Tomi immediately spoke with anger when she saw her.
あなたは周平様の武器を奪った小娘。
You are the girl who stole that weapon from Master Shuhei.
瞳、待つんだ。
Wait, Hitomi.
ですが周平様。
But Master Shuhei,
ここで司たちと争うつもりはない。だから下がるんだ。
we didn't come here to pick a fight with Skasa and that girl. So stand back.
はい、かしこまりました。
Yes, as you wish.
へえ、なんか面白い人間関係を結んでそうですね。
Well, well. I seem you've formed quite the interesting bonds, haven't you?
そういうお前だって、その子は普通じゃないと思うが。
What, you think that girl's normal too?
確かにそれもそうですね。
Well, you are right on that front.
ちなみにレイ、
Incidentally, Ray,
何ですか？
what is it?
レイが先輩から奪った武器ってもしかして。
Is this weapon you took from Fujita, perhaps?
この刀は絶対に返しませんよ。この刀の方が私を持ち主に選んだのです。
I will never give up this sword. This sword chose me as its master.
いや、そんなファンタジーの世界じゃないんだから。
You do know this isn't a fantasy world, right?
すいません藤田先輩。彼女がやったことは僕から謝りますから、勘弁してあげてもらえますか。
I'm sorry, Fujita. I will apologize on her behalf, so we forgive her.
なんなら別の武器をこちらで用意しても構いませんし。
If you'd like, I don't mind giving you another weapon.
いや、もう間に合っているよ。
It's fine, I already have enough.
そうでしたか。
Is that so?
それで先輩たちはここにはどんな要件で来たんですか？まさかたまたまってことはないですよね。
So then tell me, for what business do you have over here? I wouldn't believe that you came here by coincidence.
ああ、それなんだが。
Right, about that.
周平、ここからは私に話させて。
Shuhei, let me do the talking now. Yuna said then, walked out in front of Shuhei.
ねえ司、あんた前に私のことが信用できないって言ったわよね。だから手を組むことができないって。
Say, Skasa, you said before that you couldn't trust me, right? That's why you couldn't team up with me.
ええ、確かにそう言いましたが。
Yes, indeed I did. What of it?
それじゃあさ、私が信用できるプレイヤーだって証明できれば、あんたは私たちの仲間になるのよね。
Then if I can prove to you that I am a trustworthy player, you can join up with us, yes?
まあ理論的には。
Well, theoretically, I suppose.
じゃあどうすれば私を信用してもらえるのかしら。
Then what can I do to earn your trust?
そうですね。ではとりあえずは PDA のパーソナルデータを。
Let me think. And for now, I'll settle for your PDA's personal data.
東堂優奈、プレイヤーナンバーはジャック。
I'm Yuna Todo. My player number is the Jack.
クリア条件は最終日までの生存。
My clear condition is survive until the last day.
特殊機能、半径1メートル以内にある PDA を操作不能にする。
My special function is render a PDA within 1 meter inoperable.
何驚いてんのよ。あんたが聞いたことじゃない。
What are you so surprised about? Didn't you ask for this?
で、他には何が聞きたいわけ？今なら3サイズだって答えてあげるわよ。
So, you want to ask something else? If you ask now, I could give you my 3 sizes.
一体どういうつもりですか？
What is your game? Skasa clearly could not understand Yuna's actions, knowing that information was the most important factor in this game. But Yuna spoke to Skasa as if for nothing.
どうもこうもないわよ。
There's nothing special to... nothing at all, trust me. Sorry. Nothing at all.
私はね、怪しまれようがなんだろうが、このゲームで誰一人死なせたくないって思ってるプレイヤーなのよ。
It may seem suspicious, but I'm the player who doesn't want anyone to die in this game.
なのに何人かのバカなプレイヤーが早速プレイヤーの命を脅かすような行動を起こしてる。
And yet there are several dumb players out there who have already taken actions to threaten others' lives.
早いとこ全員をまとめなきゃ私の目的は果たせない。
Unless we all team up soon, we'll never be able to fulfill my goal.
だから司の協力が必要なのよ。
That's why I need your help.
だけど実際に危険なプレイヤーはすでに動き始めているんですよね。
But dangerous players have already begun to take action, have they not?
ええ、矢を使うプレイヤーと金髪の黒川って男ね。
Yes. A player with a bow and arrow, and a blonde-haired player named Kurokawa.
とりあえずはこの2人のプレイヤーを抑えることができれば危険は回避できるはずよ。
For the time being, if we can restrain the two of them, we should be able to avoid any danger.
僕としてはそこに大輔も加えてほしいんですけど。
Personally, I'd like to add Daisuke in that as well.
じゃあ大輔も。
Fine, then Daisuke too. The fact that Tsukasa made a proposition to Yuna meant that he was beginning to take interest in what Yuna had to say. That's what it looked like to Shuhei, at least.
ちなみに藤田先輩は東堂先輩の考えについてどう思っているんですか？
Incidentally, what is your take on Todo's thoughts, Fujita? Tsukasa said that and looked at him cautiously. Almost if he had that question prepared in advance.
もしかしてお前俺にユーナを試させていたのか？
Are you trying to test Yuna through me?
どうでしょう。ただ僕と同等の分析能力を持つ藤田先輩の意見を参考にしたいと思っているのは確かですけど。
Well, now, do I? However, as someone who possesses analytic skills similar to my own, I merely wish to ask for your own opinion as reference, that's all. Tsukasa said that and smirked.
だからそういう腹の探り合いはもういいっての。
Second. Alright, back. Alright, enough of all this probing each other out already.
東堂先輩、僕は藤田先輩に聞いているんですが。
Todo, I'm speaking to Fujita here.
わかったほら周平、早く司にバシッと言ってやってよ。
Yeah, I know. Come on, Shuhei. Just tell Tsukasa what he wants to know.
そうだな。
You're right. Shuhei was still somewhat suspicious of Yuna, but for the time being he agreed with her. Even if Yuna did betray him, if they teamed up with Tsukasa, he figured they could probably resist her if she tried that, if they worked together.
つかさ、俺は今ユーナと一緒に行動している。そしてつかさとも手を組みたいと思っている。それが俺の今現在の考えだ。
Tsukasa, I'm traveling with Yuna right now. And I want you to join us too. That's my current mindset.
何よそれ、またずいぶんふわっとした言い方ね。
What's that supposed to mean? Talk like you're not involved in this. But if this was Tsukasa they were talking here, you should be able to understand everything Shuhei was thinking with those words alone. As expected, Tsukasa nodded and smiled.
なるほど。先輩の考えがよくわかりました。
I see. I understand what you are thinking, Fujita.
僕はもともと藤田先輩と手を組みたいと考えていましたし、それ以外のことはおいおい話し合っていきましょう。
I wanted to team up with you from the beginning anyway. We can talk out everything else. When she heard that, Kotomi, who kept her silence up until now and just watched over the proceedings, spoke as if she'd realized something about what Tsukasa had said.
っていうことはもしかして。
Wait, then you mean you'll...
ええ、ここからは僕も藤田先輩たちと一緒に行動するという意味です。
Yes, I mean I will team up with you from now on.
やれやれね。
Oh, brother.
やりましたね、ユーナさん。
We did it, Yuna!
瞳も納得してくれるな。
Is this acceptable to you too? Tell me.
はい。周平様がそう望むなら。
Yes, if that is what you want, Master Shuhei. Tomi nodded as well. In that case, there's only one person here who hadn't made their opinion known yet.
レイはどうする？
What do you do, Ray?
おおむねですね。
I'd say I mostly agree.
おおむね
Mostly?
はい。一つだけ私にも確認させてほしいことがあります。
Yes. There's just one thing I want to confirm first.
なんだ
What's that? Ray looked over everyone's faces.
あなたたちの中にリピーターはいますか？
Are any of you repeaters?
リピーター
Repeaters?
はい。リピーターとはこのゲームに参加するのが初めてではない人間のことです。
Yes. Repeaters are players who have participated in this game more than once already.
何
What? Players who'd already participated in this game at least once before. Shuhei had already anticipated that possibility from his Shuhei had already anticipated that possibility from his conversation with the administrator. But no one reacted to Ray's words. Shuhei has suspicions that Yuna and Tomi might be those people, but their faces were perfectly calm.
レイちゃんはどうしてそのリピーターって人を探しているの？
Why are you looking for that repeater, Ray?
それはリピーターの中に私の仇がいるからです。
Because I need to take vengeance on that repeater.
私の弟を殺した憎い犯人が。
The culprit I so detest who killed my brother. Yuna suddenly gasped when she heard that.
弟？
Huh? Brother?
そこの女、今反応しましたね。
You, there. You just reacted, didn't you?
あなたはもしや牧岡明を知っているのではありませんか？
Did you happen to know Akira Makioka? Yuna made a clear reaction to the name Akira. Immediately after, Ray sheathed her sword and pointed at Yuna. Yuna dodged a slash a second beforehand and jumped back. Ray threw aside the sheath and gripped the sword with both hands. The hilt with both hands. Just when it seemed like she was about to thrust, Skasa cut in between them.
レイ、やめるんだ。
Stop this, Ray! What?
司、そこをどいてください。
Skasa, please get out of my way.
嫌だね。
No.
どかないのであれば、司ごと切りますよ。
If you don't get out of my way, I'll cut you down too.
了解。レイ、手伝って。
Huh. I can't have that either.
弟さんの話は僕も少し前に聞いたばかりだし、東堂先輩のさっきの反応は確かに怪しかったと思うよ。
I only just heard about your brother a little while ago. I do admit that Toto's reaction is suspicious.
でも確証もないのにいきなり切りかかるのはなしだ。ゲームとは関係のないただの知り合いかもしれないしね。
But you don't know that for sure, so you can't just go slashing at her. For all we know, she could have been an acquaintance of his, unrelated to the game.
ではどうすればいいというのですか？
Then what are you telling me to do?
そんなの確認すればいいのさ。
To confirm it, of course.
ねえ、東堂先輩。
Hey, Todo.
あなたはさっき何でも聞けと言ってましたよね。だったら僕たちに教えてください。
You said we could ask you anything, correct? Then please answer us.
あなたは1年前のゲームで牧岡明を殺した犯人ですか？
Are you the one who killed Akira Makioka in the game a year ago?
沈黙は肯定しているのと同じですよ。
I will take silence as a yes.
ごめんなさい。その質問には答えられない。
I'm sorry. I can't answer that question. Yuna painfully said that. When Rei heard that, she became more and more sure, it seemed.
そこをどいてください。
Out of my way, Skasa!
私にはわかります。その女はアキラの仇に違いありません。
I can tell. She definitely killed Akira.
その証拠にその女は私から目をそらし続けているではありませんか。
The proof of that is that she has not been looking at me this whole time.
ああ、僕も例の意見には同意だよ。
Yes, I agree with you, Rei.
でも僕はさっき藤田先輩と協力し合うと約束したばかりなんだ。僕は嘘つきだけど自分の言葉には責任を持ちたい。
And I just promised Fujita that I would work together with him. I may be a liar, but I wish to take responsibility for my own words.
だから
So,
藤田先輩、あなたはここをどう収めますか？
Fujita, how do you propose we settle this? Skasa glanced sharply at Shuhei to confirm his intentions. Will you take Yuna's side or Skasa's? Almost went without saying that Yuna was definitely guilty. However,
しゅうちゃん。
Kotomi grabbed his... Kotomi broke the silence and spoke to Shuhei. When he heard her concerned voice, anxious voice, Shuhei discarded the decision that had been building inside of him.
つかさ、すまないが、ここは一旦引かせてくれ。
Skasa, I'm sorry, but let us leave for the time being.
いいんですか？もしかすると僕らにはもうこんな機会は二度と来ないかもしれませんよ。
Are you sure? You know you may never get a chance like this again, don't you?
ああ、分かってる。
Yeah, I know.
そうですか。せっかく望ましい展開になるかと思ったのに残念です。
I see. Truly a shame. And just when the most welcome turn of events was occurring.
では行ってください。
Then please go.
スカさん、どうしてですか？
Why, Skasa?
ダメだよレイ。
Stop, Rei.
向こうは4人、こっちは2人。戦力的に考えても今は彼らと戦えない。
There are 4 of them and 2 of us. In terms of battle potential, they have us outnumbered.
言うな。悪いが先に行ってくれ。
Sorry, Yuna, but you go on ahead.
分かったわ。
Alright. Yuna stood up first and turned her back to Shuhei. No, sorry. He had Yuna go up first, and Shuhei turned his back to the place. He walked next to Kotomi for the first time in a while, as he stared at Yuna, who was walking ahead of him. Yuna hadn't said an entire word on their way back. Just then, Hitomi, who was standing in the back just in case Skasa or Rei would pursue them, came over to Shuhei's once she confirmed they were safe.
周平様、あの女を放置しておくのは危険なのではありませんか？
Master Shuhei, do you not think it is dangerous to leave that girl alone?
でも
ユーナさんにだって何か事情が。
But I'm sure Yuna must have her reasons.
あなたは黙っていてください。私は周平様に伺っているのです。
Please silence your tongue. I am speaking to Master Shuhei. Sorry, what I misread the other part. He told me that I was suggesting they abandon Yuna. Sorry.
周平様、いかがでしょう。私ならあの女を最終日まで無力化することが可能ですが。
What do you say to that, Master Shuhei? I can render her powerless until the final day of the game.
いや、少し考えさせてくれ。
No, let me think for a little bit.
だから瞳、それまでは勝手な行動はなしだ。いいな。
Don't go acting on your own until then. Got it?
はい。かしこまりました。
Yes, as you wish. It was likely that, at this rate, Hitomi would not stay quiet for long. But for the time being, Shuhei couldn't decide what to do about Yuna. While Shuhei's team was descending the mountain, Tsukasa Mitsubayashi was arguing with Rei in the cabin.
司、どうしてあの女を切ってはいけないなどと言うのですか。あの女はアキラの仇なんですよ。
Tsukasa! Why do you say I can't cut down that girl? She's the one who killed Akira.
だからそれはさっきから説明しているでしょ。レイが東堂先輩を殺したら全員のクリア条件が変わってしまうからだって。
Didn't I already explain this to you? It's because everyone's clear conditions will change if you kill Todo.
それは司の予想でしょ。必ずそうなるとは限りません。
And it's merely a prediction. You don't know that for sure.
いいや、なるね。
No, I do.
東堂先輩はゲーム初日に僕に人を殺すなって言ったんだ。彼女がリピーターだったならその理由ははっきりしている。
On the first day of the game, Todo told me not to kill anyone. If she's a repeater, then her reason for saying so is obvious.
していません。それにあの女はおそらく司にこう言ったはずです。獲物を横取りするなと。
No, it is not clear. Besides, what she was probably telling you was stay away from my prey.
いや、僕は記憶力はいい方だし。
No, I have a good memory.
いいえ、その記憶もあの女に書き換えられているのです。
No, that girl rewrote your memories.
そんなわけないでしょ。超能力者じゃないんだから。っていうかレイ、少し落ち着きなって。
It's not true. She's not an Esper or anything. And Rei, calm down a little, will you?
無理です。私は一人でもあの女を切りに行きます。
I cannot. I will go and cut down that girl by myself if I have to.
そう。じゃあ好きにすれば。多分4対1で戦うことになると思うけど。
Sure. I see. But why don't you just go ahead? Though I think it'll be 4 against 1 if you do.
誰も手伝ってくれとは言ってません。
I never asked for anyone's help.
いや、僕はそんなこと言ってないよ。
I didn't say anything like that at all.
せめてあのメイドを銃で牽制していてほしいなんて思っていません。
At the very least, I do not believe that maid can be contained with a gun.
思ってないなら別にいいんじゃない？
So what if you don't think that?
司はひどい男です。鬼です。冷血漢です。卑劣な罠野郎です。
You are terrible. You're a demon. Cold-blooded. The worst kind of bastard there is.
やれやれ、本当はからずやだね。
Goodness me, you truly are a blockhead.
とにかく僕はレイとは一緒に行かないよ。さっきはああ言ったけど、できれば僕は藤田先輩と友好関係を保ちたいからね。
Anyway, I will not be going with you. As I already told you, if possible, I wish to remain on favorable terms with Fujita.
そうですか。それならばお別れです。
Oh, really? Then this is goodbye.
じゃあね。
Yes, farewell. With those words, Scott looked away from Ray. At first he thought she'd make for a good weapon. Though she wouldn't listen to him after all he'd said, he had no reason to be fixated on her. Shuhei was with that group, so he didn't imagine that they would kill Ray and cause everyone's clear conditions to change.
行きますよ。本当に行ってしまいますからね。
I'm going! I'm seriously going now, you hear? Ray opened the door to the mountain hut as she said that. Just then, confused, Scassa turned around and discovered that there was an arrow at Ray's feet at the door. They hastily hid behind the shadow of the door and glanced into the woods. The fact that an arrow had been shot meant that it was probably that dangerous player Yuna had been talking about. But Scassa couldn't see anyone in the trees. Hiding in the hiding in the greenery.
半日がかりで罠を張ったのに、あまり意味はなかったみたいだな。先輩たちは平気で来るし、かかったのは例だけだし。
It's like I wasted half a day on setting those traps. Fujita and Todo came here without any problem, and I only caught Ray.
森に潜んでいる人、不意打ちとは卑怯ですよ。こそこそと隠れてないで、正々堂々姿を見せなさい。
You there, hiding in the woods! It's cowardly to launch a surprise attack like that. Stop hiding out there and come and fighting like a man. Or woman. Ray's voice echoed through the woods. And in response, Ray immediately reacted when she noticed a second arrow coming. Scassa was sure that Ray would use her sword to deflect the arrow. All he heard was the sound of the arrow striking the door Ray closed.
びっくりしたわけではありません。
I was not surprised, you hear me?
びっくりしたんだ。
You sure were.
してないと言っているではありませんか。ただちょっと意表をつかれただけです。
I most certainly was not. I was merely taken off guard a little, that's all.
まあ、どっちでもいいけど。
Well, not that it matters.
というかレイ、なんで小屋の中に戻ってきたの？
So anyway, Ray, why did you go back into the hut?
え？
Huh?
出て行くんじゃなかったの？
Weren't you leaving?
それは弱い司を放っておけなかったからです。
That's because I couldn't leave a weakling like you to your own devices.
あのね、狙われたのは僕じゃなくてレイでしょ。
You do know that you do not realize that you were the one they were aiming at, not me, yes?
いいえ、私は司を守りたいと思ったのです。
No, I wish to protect you, that's all.
あっそ。じゃあ。
Oh, really now? Alright then. Scassa opened the door again. At that moment, Ray frankly ran from the door.
何をしているのですか？
What are you doing?
司、あなたは正気ですか？
Are you insane, Scassa?
だってレイは僕を守るんでしょ。だったら狙撃者を倒してきてよ。一応援護射撃をするからさ。
Well, you said you would protect me, didn't you? So go ahead and take down that sniper. I'll provide cover fire for you.
冗談ではありません。
Don't joke about this!
いやでもさ
Oh no, but...
嫌です。狙撃者を倒したいというのなら司が私の盾になればいいのです。
No! If you want to defeat that sniper, then you can be my shield.
私はあの女と戦う前に怪我をしたくありません。
I do not want to get hurt before I fight that girl.
なるほどそれが本音ね
I see. It's not your true reason, is that it? The moment you said that, there was the sound of someone running outside.
ほらどこかに行ったみたいだよ今なら出ていけるんじゃない
See? They've gone off somewhere, it seems. Now you can leave, can't you?
いいえ、そのどこかで私を待ち伏せしていたらどうするのですか。今夜はここに泊まります。
No. What am I gonna do if they're lying in ambush for me somewhere? I'll be staying the night here.
まったくほんと自分の都合ばっかりだよね君って
Goodness me. You really are so selfish. Tsukasa heaved a deep sigh. And as Tsukasa and Rei argued about something or another yet again as they started eating, Mariko heaved a little sigh as she cursed her own, as she reflected on her own powerlessness.
真島君、これで大丈夫なのかな。
Must be enough to keep Majima okay? Majima was in a deep sleep next to her. After he had been shot during the day, Mariko used the first aid treatment practice she'd had in PE. She learned PE, and stopped the bleeding for the time being. Fortunately, they got their hands on the first aid kit along with food, and disinfected the wound as well. Now she'd done everything she could, Mariko wasn't sure of anything about herself. She kept thinking about that she could have done more for Majima if only she knew more, if only she could act more. Her self-deprecating thoughts piled up in her heart.
私って本当にダメだった。
I really am useless. Mariko muttered that, and wishing she could disappear. Where am I?
真島君、気がついたのね。
Majima, you're awake! Mariko unintentionally shouted, overjoyed at Majima's awakening. When she did, Majima looked at Mariko with surprise. Then remembering what happened to him, looked down at his shot leg.
俺は気を失っていたんだな
I see. I lost consciousness, huh?
わしはマリコが治療してくれたのか
Did you treat my leg?
でも私、応急処置ぐらいしかできなくて。
Yeah. All I could do is provide first aid treatment.
止血もちゃんとできているし大したもんだ
No. It was no small feat to stop the bleeding like you did.
そう？
Really?
それにマリコがいなければ
hadn't been for you, I probably would have been killed by Kurokawa back then.
でもあれはたまたま私の PDA にそういう力があったからで。
That was only because my PA happened to have that ability. The moment she said that, Mariko remembered what happened back then, came to a loss of words. Back then, she'd been so close to being killed by Kurokawa. This game was wrong. This game wouldn't go the way the organizers thought it would. She'd believed that, and yet...
どうした？急にそんな暗い顔をして。
What's wrong? You're down all of a sudden.
うん、なんでもないの。
No, it's nothing. Mariko quickly gave the answer. But before long, she could no longer hold back the emotions that welled up in her heart.
ねえ、真島君。ちょっと長くなりそうなんだけど。
Hey, Majima, it might take a while, but...
よかったら、私の身の上話、聞いてもらってもいいかな。
If you don't mind, can I tell you about myself?
身の上話？
About yourself?
ダメ。
Is that a no?
そんなことはないが。
No, that's not it.
マリコが話したいというのなら好きにする。
If you want to talk about it, then go ahead.
ありがとう、真島君。
Okay. Thank you, Majima. Mariko thanked Majima for his kind words and began talking from where she could first think of.
あのさ、真島君は検察官ってわかる？
Majima, do you know what a public prosecutor is?
ああ、刑事事件の裁判の時に被告人の罪を追及する側の人間のことだろう。
Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, back now. Yeah. It's that person who questions the accused in criminal trials, correct?
うん。大体はそんな感じかな。
Yeah, that's it for the most part.
私の父はね、その検察官なのよ。検察官は社会のルールを守る番人だって、いつも父はそう言ってたわ。
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My father's a public prosecutor. He said that public prosecutors were watchmen that guarded the law.
そんな父だから、家庭での私に対するしつけもしっかりしていて、私は幼い頃から決め事や規則を守りながら過ごしてきたの。
Because my father was like that, he was firm on me when it came to discipline as well. So ever since I was a child, I grew up abiding by by decisions and rules.
厳しい家だったということか。
You mean a harsh? You mean a strict household?
まあ同じ年の子からすればね。
Well, I guess it seems that way to other kids my age.
でも私にとってはそれが普通で、疑問や不満なんて一つもなかったわ。
But it was totally normal to me, so I never questioned or was upset about it.
家や学校や社会のルールをきっちり守る。それは当然のことだし、生きていく上で絶対に必要なことだって思ってた。
At home and in school, you need to keep to the rules of society. It felt natural to me. And I lived believing that you absolutely needed to follow that.
でも私はルールを守ることだけを主張して、そのルールにどんな意味があるかなんて考えたことがなかったの。
But all I ever did was assert following those rules. I never thought about the meaning behind those rules at all.
杓子定規にこれはいい、これはダメって、そこには自分の意見も意思もなかったのよ。
All I was a stickler for the rules. I had no thought or opinion of my own on the matter.
だから私が今まで培ってきた常識が通用しないこのゲームの中では、私は戸惑ってばかりだった。
So in this game, where all the common sense that I've grown up with all these years doesn't apply, I've been nothing but bewildered this whole time.
そうこうしているうちに一人になって、それから真島君に助けられて、ようやく私は気づいてしまったの。
Before I knew it, I was alone, and then when you saved me, I finally realized it.
私はこれまでルールを守っていたんじゃなくって、ルールに守られていたんだって。
I wasn't obeying the rules up until now. I was being protected by the rules.
ルールがなければ何もできない。弱い人間なんだって。
I'm a weak person who can't do anything without rules.
そして今、私はこのゲームの主催者たちが作ったルールにも染まろうとしている。
And now, I'm trying to take in the rules that the organizers of this game have created.
だから私、真島君が羨ましいと思ったの。
That's why I'm jealous of you. That's why I was jealous of you.
だって真島君はこのゲームを否定する強さを持った人だと思うから。
Because you have the strength to deny the game. After spending the whole day of Majima, that was what Mariko had come to think. Majima had been quietly listening to her talk the whole way. And before long, he smiled and spoke.
やっぱり似ているな。マリコは。
You really are similar. Huh? Mariko looked at Majima as if to ask, to who? But he didn't answer and kept talking with a smile.
マリコは俺を買いかぶりすぎている。
You overestimate me, Mariko.
俺は決してマリコが思っているような強い人間なんかじゃない。
I'm not the strong person you think I am, not by any means.
俺がこのゲームを否定していたのは、あの時マリコが言ったように、単に現実が見えていなかっただけだ。
The reason I denied the game is just as you said. It's because I couldn't accept reality, that's all.
そしてマリコは決して弱い人間なんかじゃない。
And you're not weak. Not at all.
ルールの中でそのルールを守って生きることは簡単なことではないからな。
After all, it's not a simple thing to live while abiding by those rules.
問題なのはマリコ自身が言っていたようにルールにどんな意味があるか考えることだと俺は思う。
Like you said, like you yourself said, I think the problem is, wait, sorry, let me think. Like you said, like you yourself said, the issue is thinking about the meaning behind those rules.
そしてマリコはもうすでにこのゲームのルールに染まろうとしている自分が正しくないと気づいているのだろう。
And you realize that it's not right for you to be taken in by the rules of this game, right? Yeah.
だったらもう大丈夫だ。これからはまたマリコが今まで信じてきたルールがマリコを守ってくれるはずだ。
And it's all right now. The rules that you believed in up until now will protect you from now on. Majima smiled again when he said that. Mariko just looked at that, felt the negative emotions that build up in her heart fade away.
ありがとう、真島君。私、だいぶ気が楽になったみたい。
Thank you, Majima. I feel a lot better now.
そうか。それならばよかった。
I see. That's good then.
本当にありがとね。
Yes. Thank you so much. Why did Majima understand her so much? Mariko's a bit curious about that. But for now, just having Majima by her side with a smile was enough for her. One second. All right. As the night deepened and many players went to sleep, Shuhei watched over Hitomi and Hitomi as they slept in the hut they were using as a base. When he strained his ears, he heard the two of them snoring. They were indeed deep asleep. Once he was sure of that, Shuhei quietly stood up. Oops, sorry. It's about time I got going. Shuhei was greeted outside by the sound of bugs and the night and the roar. Sorry, the breeze and the night breeze. Also by one more person who had left the hut a short while before Shuhei.
やっぱり起きてたのね。
I figured you were up. There was a weak smile uncharacteristic of Yuna on her face when she said that. Shuhei didn't answer her and said, took out the gun he had holstered in his pants and held it down. And held it down from his hands. Yuna gave the gun a sad look. The sound of the bugs and wind rose again. It was quite the quiet night. But Shuhei ignored all those sentiments focused only on Yuna in front of her and spoke.
ユーナ、お前は本当にリピーターなのか？
Yuna, are you really a repeater? Yuna said nothing. No. Back when Scott had asked the same question, she said, I can't answer that. In that case, it was most likely that she was actually incapable of answering that.
喋れば首輪が爆破される。そうなのか？
If you talk, your collar will detonate. Is that right? Silence again. When you consider the administrator's position, it makes extreme sense that they would have taken precautions to keep Yuna from speaking. After all, the repeaters knew how this game would proceed. So Shuhei decided to change the question.
人を殺したことは？
Have you ever killed someone? He didn't specify who or when. He didn't specify who or when. As if understanding Shuhei's intentions, Yuna's throat shook.
あるわ。
Yes.
そうか。
I see. Got it. He let out a sigh. There's no longer any room for doubt that Yuna was a repeater. And why had she become a repeater? Had she become so by her own will, or had she been ordered to by the administrators? That was what Shuhei wanted to know right now. He didn't remember that Yuna had been particularly obsessed about one word yesterday.
なあ、ユーナ。お前の考えるヒーローってなんだ？
Hey Yuna, what's your image of a hero? Huh?
お前なら答えられるはずだろう。お前の中にあるヒーローの条件ってやつを教えてくれ。
You can tell me that, can't you? Tell me what you think the conditions to being a hero are, at least in your mind. If you sense even the slightest lie from what Yuna said now, then Shuhei likely wouldn't hesitate to act, then. Even if that wasn't what Kotomi wanted.
ヒーローの条件か。
The conditions to being a hero, huh? Yuna gave a smile. She then regained some of her usual bluster and looked at Shuhei's eyes and spoke.
そうね。2つあげるなら、
Well, if I had to give two,
理不尽に屈しないもの。そして理不尽にさらされているものを救うこと。それが私の中にあるヒーローの条件よ。
to me, the conditions of being a hero are those who don't submit to injustice, and those who save those suffering from injustice.
そしてそのために私はここにいる。
That's why I'm here.
らしい言葉だな。
That sounds like something you'd say.
当然よ。だって私の本心からの言葉だもの。
But of course, because those words came straight from my heart.
だから私は絶対に信念を曲げたりしない。
So I won't be led astray in my beliefs, my convictions, no matter what.
どんなことがあったって私の目的はただ一つ。あくまでプレイヤー全員の生存よ。
No matter what happens, I have only one goal. To ensure all the players survive. It wasn't a hand in the gloom that Yuna had been clad in earlier that we found those words.
どう？これでもまだ私が信じられない？
Well, you still don't trust me now?
もし私と戦うって言うんなら仕方ないから相手になるわよ。
If you want to fight with me, then I'll have no choice but to accept.
いや、やめておこう。
No, I won't. If they fought now, he'd probably lose. Shuhei thought that with a wry smile. As if he was waiting for that signal, returned the pistol to his own belt.
だが勘違いはしないでくれ。
But don't get the wrong idea.
俺はユーナをまだ完全には信用していない。
I still don't completely trust you.
そう。でもそれでいいわ。
I see. But that's fine.
琴美がそばにいないってのに人間不信なあんたにしちゃ上出来ね。
I still say it's good for someone like you who doesn't trust people without cuddling me by his side.
あんたと琴美に距離を置かせた意味もあるってもんよ。
There was a reason to put distance between you and Kotomi.
かもな。
Maybe. But if things kept up, then it was likely that he wouldn't be able to hold back Kotomi, felt intense doubt towards you. Yeah. If that happened, you'd have to choose between Yuna and Hitomi. If he had to pick between the loyal Hitomi and the still sketchy Yuna, then Yuna's odds were not in her favor. Yuna then smiles as if she'd read Shuhei's mind.
安心してよ周平。明日になったら絶対にあんたの信頼を勝ち取ってみせるから。
Rest easy, Shuhei. I swear I'll earn your trust by tomorrow.
どういう意味だ？
What do you mean?
私がレイを仲間に引き入れてみせる。それができたらあんたも納得でしょ？
I'll bring Rei over to our side. That should do it for you, right?
だがお前は例の
But you're the one who Rei wants to kill for killing her brother. And Rei hated her with all her heart.
心配しなくても大丈夫だって。
Not to worry, you'll be fine.
どの道やらなきゃいけないことだし、あの子は私個人としても乗り越えなきゃならない壁なんだから。
It's something that would have to be done in your way. And personally, she's a wall I have to overcome.
まさかお前死ぬつもりじゃないだろうな。
Don't tell me. You're not planning on dying, are you?
あのね、それじゃ意味がないってことはあんただって分かってるはずでしょ？
Hey, you do realize that would mean everything was for nothing, right?
まあな。
Yeah.
まあ私はあんたみたいに頭良くないから土正面からぶつかるだけよ。
Well, I'm not smart like you, so I'm just gonna charge in straight from the front.
だから大丈夫だっての。
That's why I say I'll be okay.
それよりあんたはそれまで瞳の抑えをお願いね。
More importantly, hold back Hitomi until then, alright?
ああ、分かってる。
Yeah, got it. If Yuna really intended wished for all the players to survive, then there's no way she would choose death. For now, all I could do was put stock in those words. No. Maybe deep down, I'm starting to want to trust Yuna. That thought ran through Shuhei's head in the moonlight. but for good or for ill, he couldn't come to an answer. Alright, we're gonna end the stream here for now. So, yeah. More tensions afoot. Got to deal with the whole Rei and Yuna situation now. And there's still the unpredictable element of Hitomi. We'll have to see how that goes. Until next time, I'll see you all later.